I want to show you the entire process step by step on how to run Google Ads. And the Google Ad platform actually allows you to run ads on google.com as well as youtube.com as well. And those are video ads, but I'll cover video ads for YouTube on a different video. This is going to focus on the text-based ad for google.com. Now, to sign up for ads, all you have to do is go to ads.google.com and you'll need to press sign up here. And on the next page, if you don't have a Google Ad account already, it's going to ask you to create one. So go ahead and press create. And then it's going to ask you to actually log in with a Gmail or an email. You have to actually log in with some sort of email so it could connect this ad account to that email. I signed up for a workspace, which is the old G Suite. So I got my email from there, and that's what I used to sign up here. Now this page, if you see this page, it says what's your main goal for advertising. If you follow this, it's going to show you the most basic level of creating a Google ad, which I don't recommend because you need to do some more things that are a bit more advanced that I want to cover in this video that this beginner user interface is just not going to let you do. So what I recommend is you immediately switch to expert mode here. And once you figure out how that all looks, it's going to make the whole process a much simpler process. So press switch to expert mode as the very first thing you do after you create your account. Now inside of this page, you'll first have to choose an objective. So I'll briefly talk about what these are. Sales is if you want people to go to an online store or inside an app or even a physical store to buy a product. This is typically designed for lower end products. So this one you will use, for example, if you're selling t-shirts online. Leads I like for my service business where I run a video production business where the product or the service is actually higher, a few $1,000s minimum for someone to hire us to make a video for them. So that's where I want to capture a lead so we could follow up on a call. So for things like services where you got to close the deal on the phone typically, you want to capture an email lead. That's what leads are. You could also do phone leads. Then you have website traffic. So if you just want people to visit your website, this is what you would choose. Now, these other options I don't recommend because it's very hard to directly tie these to results. So if you were a bigger brand, for example, and you just wanted recognition or awareness, you would choose those options. Same with local store visits. If you want someone to physically go to a local store, this is your option. And app downloads is this option. Now, if you choose this last option, it's going to create something without any goals. Because once you choose, for example, if you choose leads, it's going to ask you to do other things that, for example, website traffic is not going to ask you to do. So if you want to just follow through this whole process with everything wide open, you could choose this one. I'm going to choose website traffic. I'm going to try to get people to go to my website. So I'm going to choose this for now. Then on the next page, you'll see the campaign types. So I'll briefly explain what this is. Search is what we're going to focus on here. That's when people use google.com to search for something on their phone or their computer. So that allows our ad to show up on top if we actually set it up correctly here. That's search. Now, Performance Max is a newer option, but it lets you do a single campaign, ad campaign, across lots of platforms that Google owns, including YouTube. I don't recommend you do this as a beginner. This is a much more advanced option. Now, display is similar to search, but it shows up in other places like YouTube, for example, same with discovery. Even in Gmail, sometimes you'll have ads this way. But what I recommend you do if you're a beginner is always just start with search. And if you're later trying to figure out how to run YouTube ads, you would use the video option, okay? So I'm gonna start with search. I recommend you do the exact same thing here for now as your first ad setup. Now it says, where do you want people to go, right? Your business's website. So I do have to type in the business website. So I'll pull that up and there's my business website. I'm gonna copy it over and put it over here. And you do want the full website URL here. Then it's gonna ask for conversion tracking. So let me explain that for a second. Something that you could do later on is you could add a little bit of code to your website that Google provides you. So when people take certain action on your website, you actually could know that action took place. For example, if someone gave you their email, like if you were capturing a lead, that would be a conversion, but you have to set up that little bit of code to track that conversion. Now that's a little bit more advanced, but if you do want to set that up, I recommend you look into the Google Tag Manager. It lets you set up these conversion tracking. So if you press conversion tracking, it will walk you through exactly how to install that. So under the install option, it's gonna let you install it. But this is a tracking code. It's basically a little bit of code that you will need to add to the back end of your website. And I'm gonna press continue to get to this page. and I skipped the conversion tracking. But if you're doing a lead campaign, for example, and you want to know what's going on your website, which you should, a more advanced option, again, is adding that bit of code to the back end of your website. So then what's happening on Google and what's happening on your website are connected in a way, so they both know what's happening on those platforms. Here, the campaign name is something totally internal, but if you set something up here that you will remember, I recommend you do so and not leave it as the default. Then network, you could do search network or display network. So search, ads appear in Google search. Okay, that's what I want. Include Google search partners. Now that's other than google.com. So you could learn more about that here. But you could go ahead and turn any one of these off. So display and search, you may want to turn off, or you could leave on and test it out to see if it's beneficial for you. But it's still going to run your ads on google.com. Then you have this more advanced setting that's collapsed by default, but you could set a start and end date or just leave it open, because you could always leave this on and off later or turn this on and off later. You also have other options here that I would skip entirely, but the one that can be useful is the ad schedule. If you're running ads to businesses, for example, and you just want business hours instead of a 24-hour schedule. Then you get to targeting locations. So you could run ads to your entire country, for example. So that's what I have by default. You could choose specific locations, like specific cities is another example. So if you wanted to choose a city, you could just go ahead and do that this way. I'm gonna go ahead and press X to remove that. And you could choose any other type of country or region here as well, or all countries if you wanted to. I definitely recommend that you just start with your own country here and then go from there. And for service businesses like mine, more regional, like a city, makes more sense than a whole country. Language by default is set. Then you have an audience segment here. Now, custom segments are a bit more involved, but for example, if you set up your tracking, what you end up getting is you'll know who visited your website previously. So you could set up a custom segment for that, a custom audience. Now, I'm not going to cover the custom audiences here, but later is something you might want to look into. So if you decide to go that route and learn more about it, go to this Audience Manager tab. Again, most of the time you would set that up so you know the people that already learned about your business previously could be set up as an audience segment, so you could run a different type of ad to them than people that never heard of you before. For budget, you could set your budget here based on your currency. Right now, I typically like to start with $10. Never really go more than $20. It's going to give me a warning that I need at least $20. But I'm going to just leave it at 10 because I want to get a good handle on how this is going to work for my campaign before I spend too much money. Okay, so it just really depends on your industry. Some industries are very competitive, so the ads are just going to be more expensive. So you'll have to just test this out on your own. What do you want to focus on? Again, remember we talked about conversion. The conversion needs the tracking code, so I know exactly what's going on my website. So if I'm trying to capture leads or sell something, I need to figure out what that conversion is. You could also simply choose click. So you just want people to click and then go to your website. You don't really care to track what's happening on your website. You just really want the traffic or the visitor to your website. Now, by default, the cost per click is going to be set to the maximum cost per click, meaning Google will just do the best it can to make sure you do actually show up on top and get a click. If you set this option, for example, and decide, hey, I only want to pay $1 maximum if someone clicks, well, you might not get any clicks because maybe on a specific search term, everybody else is spending $2, $3 and you're trying to spend $1 and you'll never get a click that way. So if you want to be safe, you could set this yourself. And then if you realize you're not getting any clicks, take this off and let Google just take care of this for you, which is what I do all the time. I want to make sure, even if I'm spending $10 a day, at least I want to get some clicks. I don't want to set a threshold where I have no idea how much that keyword is going to cost me. Now, the ad extension, I would skip the ad extension section. So I'm going to go ahead and press save and continue. Now, this is where your actual ad takes place. Okay, so it says ad group type standard is totally fine. You could, again, name your group name so you remember what this was all about. And then this is going to be based on keywords. So you actually scanned my website and pulled up keywords that I could use, which is very, very useful based on the text on my website. So I could go through this to see if it did a good job. I'm actually selling a digital course here for people that want to start a video production company based on my 10 years of experience doing that. So I could see if any of these are relevant, and then you could basically choose those here. So you could choose any one of these options. So now look at this list here that it automate for you based on scanning your website. So you could either use these, or you could select all of them and delete it and type in your own keywords based on your understanding of what your product and service is. So for example, start your own video company. So I'm gonna type in my own keyword, but let me show you another tool. There's a couple of tools here, but one that is not part of Google I wanna show you is called Ubersuggest. So you could type in one keyword that you could think of, start your own video production company. That's basically the digital course I'm selling to show people exactly how I did that in the last 10 years. Ubersuggest does have a free option, and it's gonna give you some limited options for keywords. So how to start your own production company, start your own production company. Okay, perfect. These are perfect for me. So I could copy these over from here and I could jump into this section and type my own, right? Starting a video production business, perfect. These are the exact keywords I need that people are searching for. So I could take them from here, start my own production company. I'll take that and put it over here. Or you could just think of what people, your target market, is searching for and try to do it this way. Google later, when you set up your account too, has an option called Keyword Planner that helps you a little bit with this research. I do personally like Ubersuggest though to do this research. So you could put in a handful or even up to 10 different keywords here, or you could use the ones that were already pre-populated here. And there's a little bit here that you got to look at right here. It says keyword equals broad match. Keyword with the 2 quotation marks around it, meaning if I put a quotation mark here and here, it says that's phrase match. And if you put these brackets around it, let me just show you what that looks like. These brackets on your keyboard will make it an exact match. Now, those 3 different things simply mean if it's broad match, it will find out other keywords that are related to this topic, and it might run your ads for those too. If it says exact, that means someone exactly has to type this in. They have to exactly type in starting a video production company or starting a video production business. Even if they typed in starting a video production company, it wouldn't show your ad. That's what the brackets are. They're for very specific keywords. The quotation are probably the most useful because it's for basically a phrase that matches. So if someone typed how to start your own production business, mine that said company will still show up because it's not exact, but it's not super broad, right? So I usually stay away from the broad and do a combination of exact and the quotation marks here. So this is the targeting area of your ad, right? You have to know the keywords so you can show up on google.com. I'm going to press save and continue here. And now we're in the third part of the ad creation process. So we set up our campaign-wide settings. We set up our targeting in the ad groups. Now we're going to set up our ad itself. That's the ad creative, the text for this Google ad campaign. So again, I have my URL that I had on the previous page. The display path, you could set up something that is not your domain here, and maybe it has another path to it. But look at this section, headlines. It says 5 out of 15. So you need to enter at least 3 different headlines, and they will appear on top of your ad, okay? So by default, it's going to pull some headlines. Create your own production company, right? I need company. But here's the problem with these ads, or the limitations of them. You only have 30 characters, for example, here for the headline that shows up like this, right? So I'm gonna just go ahead and delete some of these, and I just wanna limit this to the 3 I have. So I'll delete all these. So it's gonna give me 3 different options. Now, if you add more, it's gonna create more variations. Right now I have 3, so it's gonna move those 3 around. But if you wanted more variations to your ad, just add more than that, okay? Right now I'm gonna leave this as is. Now description shows up right under, right? You see this section here? That's your title or your headline, and this is your description. Create your own production company. Okay, so again, you could delete all these. Now this is asking me, let me see what the limit is on this. Now this needs 2 out of 4, but you have 4 total. Create your own production company. So I'm gonna type that in here. Okay, again, it's gonna run the 2 different variations here, but you can have up to 4 different descriptions. Add URL. Again, we don't wanna worry about that here. We set that up in the top of the page. So that's all we gotta do here. And then we're gonna press done. And then press save and continue here. And then finally, the last page is the billing. So you do have to give it a method of payment because they charge you to run these ads. So you have to set that up here, and it will apply your credit if you got any credit when you signed up. Okay, you could then press Explore Campaign to jump into this page. I'll just briefly show you what you're looking at here since we just jumped into the ad creation process. This right here is going to show you the overview where you could create new campaigns from this page. So if you press New Campaign here, it's going to take you to the page where we set all this up. But on the overview page, this is where the first campaign that we set up is. And you see it's enabled. So I could click on it. And typically it goes through a period of review. So I could pause it from here if I don't want to actually let this go on. Or I could go ahead and click on it, View Campaign, to see more details on what's going on. So you could see my keywords here. You could see what my ad is looking like. You get a preview for it. You see the locations that I'm running to. And it's going to show you when you get clicks here, how much those clicks cost. That's what CPC, cost per click. And your total cost is going to appear over here. And in some cases, your ad may go through a review process too. So they may look at the ad manually or through a process where the machines actually look at the ads to make sure you don't break any of the Google's ads policy. So make sure you look into that in the Google Helps section. But I hope you found this useful. Again, I do have an entirely different video related to YouTube ads as well. So make sure if you want to run YouTube ads, those are the video ads that run before YouTube videos. I'll show you exactly how to do that in that video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.